Hello, friends. What's up? I hear a gentle breeze that whispered through the trees, carrying the sweet promise of a peaceful night and a fresh rest. Tonight's story is about the war, but not the guns and bombs. It's a story of faith, courage, and sacrifice that resonates deeply beyond the battlefield. Let's get started. Desmond Doss at Hacksaw Ridge. War is remembered for its destruction, but sometimes in the midst of violence, a single man's faith and courage shine brighter than the bombs. This is the story of Desmond Doss, the soldier who went to war without a gun. Desmond Thomas Doss grew up in Lynchburg, Virginia. During the Great Depression, raised in a devout Seventh-day Adventist home, he learned early the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." That conviction would guide his life. But Desmond wasn't sheltered. He saw his father struggle with alcoholism, and he witnessed violence firsthand. Those memories carved into his heart a determination never to take life, but to preserve it. When World War II broke out, millions of young men rushed to enlist. Desmond, too, felt the call of duty. But for him, it was not to destroy. It was to save. He joined the army, not as a rifleman, but as a medic. But the army didn't understand a man who refused to touch a weapon. His comrades mocked him, called him a coward, even threatened him. His commanding officers tried to push him out. One soldier sneered,
"When we hit the battlefield, Doss, you'll be dead weight. You won't even carry a gun."
But Desmond held firm.
"I'll serve my country, but I will not take a life."
His quiet courage slowly began to earn respect. Though he prayed alone and endured ridicule, he never wavered. For Desmond, faith was not weakness, it was strength. In the spring of 1945, the Allied forces turned their eyes to Okinawa, the last great stronghold before Japan itself. The battle would become one of the bloodiest of the Pacific War. At the heart of it was a towering escarpment the soldiers called Hacksaw Ridge. Steep, jagged, and heavily fortified, the ridge had to be taken. On May 5th, Doss's unit climbed that cliff. At first they gained ground, but suddenly enemy fire rained down. Mortars exploded. Machine guns ripped through the air. In moments, the ridge became a slaughterhouse. The order came, retreat. Soldiers scrambled back down the cliff. but hundreds lay wounded and dying on the plateau above. While others retreated, Desmond Doss remained, alone, unarmed, under relentless fire. He made his decision. He would not abandon the wounded. All through the night, Desmond crawled through mud and blood, searching for the injured. He dragged them to the cliff's edge, tied them in a rope sling, and lowered them down, one by one. Each time, he prayed the same prayer.
Lord, please help me get one more. Just one more.
By dawn, his hands were raw and his body exhausted. But below the ridge lay more than 75 men, alive, saved by the medic without a gun. The soldiers who once mocked him now looked at Desmond Doss with awe. His courage had no equal. General Douglas MacArthur later said,
"This soldier is the bravest that's ever lived."
In October 1945, President Harry Truman awarded him the Medal of Honor, the first given to a conscientious objector. Truman shook his hand and said,
"I consider this a greater honor than being president."
Desmond Doss's medal wasn't for killing enemies, but for saving lives. His faith, once ridiculed, had become his strength. In a world torn by war, Desmond Doss proved that courage doesn't always fire a bullet. Sometimes courage kneels in prayer, risks everything for others, and saves the very lives that others sought to destroy. His story reminds us, true heroism is not measured by how many we defeat, but by how many we lift up.
Lord, help me get one more.
Lord, help me get one more. A simple prayer, but tremendous faith. Friends, what's your takeaway? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Joanne I. Good night.